Hello everyone, welcome to another video on the channel and welcome to another GT Sport FIA Manufacturers 2020 Series Quickfire Strategy Guide. We are on to round 7, we are going to the island of Sardegna in Italy. It is a road track B layout and we are in Group 3 machinery. Settings are on the screen. We have fuel at times 3, tyre wear at times 5, 22 laps to get round, and we have the soft, medium and hard tyres available. And if we go down to the race details and take a look at the tyre requirement, all 3 of the compounds are mandatory. So this is actually the exact same settings for round 7 of the Nations Cup. And to be perfectly honest, the sort of strategy story and the way this race is going to work out is also very similar. So starting off with fuel, we're in the Audi R8 here. When this race or this track was used as a daily race, C combination with Group 3, the Audi was the fastest car. Maybe not necessarily the fastest race car, but over one lap definitely the fastest car at the track. So that's why we've decided to use this, and also to get a little bit of a feel for how the MR cars are going to perform at this combination. So yeah, we were talking about fuel. This car looks like it's good for about 17 to 18 laps without any kind of fuel saving. I would always recommend when you're that close to try and maybe save the necessary fuel during the course of the race and avoid taking it on at the pit stop. A lot of time to be saved that way. Obviously, sometimes it doesn't always quite work out that way, but if you can get the fuel saving done, then I would certainly recommend it. I do have a video on how to save fuel if you're not sort of aware on how to do that, so do check that out on the channel. But anyway, yep, your sort of mileage is going to vary from car to car, but the Audi good for about 17 to 18 laps, and to be honest with you, that will be fairly similar for the vast majority of manufacturers out there. So we'll move on and sort of go a little bit forward on this run we were just taking a look at, and this is our soft tyre run, to get an idea of the pace of the softs and the sort of tyre life. Now the Audi has worn its tyres out pretty quickly here. And I'm starting to struggle come lap 7. Not doing any kind of tyre savings, so I think I could probably get a few more laps out of them, but I do believe the FR cars will be in much better shape come tyre longevity. But we come into the pits to take on a new set of tyres, so that gives us a little opportunity to take a look at the pit loss and talk about that. 12.3 seconds pit time, stop duration 5.2. When it's all said and done, you're going to lose about 8.6 seconds on the road. So, a kind of middle of the road sort of pit loss for GT Sport at this track. We'll go on and we'll take a look at the medium tyres here. This is just to get a kind of lap time delta in comparison to the soft tyres. Medium tyres look like they're about a second to 1.3 seconds a lap slower when you're in the same sort of tyre life and fuel consumption. They should last a little bit longer than the softs, as you would expect, but obviously got a little bit more durability to them. And moving on to the hard tyres, look to be about half a second slower than the mediums, which kind of surprised me. I thought the hard tyres would be at least a second slower than the mediums, but it looks like it's more in the region of about half a second between the medium and the hard. And then that's going to make the hard tyres around about 1.8 to 2 seconds a lap slower than softs. So that kind of pace on the hard tyre might mean that they're a little bit more usable for this race than I think they will be in the Nations. In the Nations strategy, we were kind of sort of recommending maybe only using them for 1 or 2 laps. I think in this race you could maybe get away with using them for a slightly longer stint towards the end of the race, or indeed at the beginning of the race. So the strategy for this one basically boils down to a 2 or 3 stopper. The pit lane loss makes anything more than 3 stop unviable in my opinion. With the mandatory tyres being the way they are, we have to run all 3 compounds. We are at least making 2 pit stops no matter what we do. So the 2 stopper and how you're going to make it work is all going to sort of come down to how well you can look after tyres, or indeed your car looks after tyres. If you're only able to get 6 or 7 laps out the soft tyres, and then maybe 8 laps out the mediums, then that's going to involve doing a very long stint on the hard tyres, which is going to hurt your overall pace. Yeah, in that case, if you've got a car that just chews through the tyres, or indeed a driving style that chews through the tyres, I think you maybe want to go looking towards the free stopper and run a double stint on soft tyres. If you're good at looking after tyres and good at looking after, or you have a car that is good at looking after tyres, then the two stopper maybe will come into play. If you can get maybe 9 laps out the softs, 10 laps out the mediums, then you just do a 2 lap stint on the hard tyres. Whatever strategy you tend to go for, you think is going to be best for you, then do to get that fuel saving in done during the race. Try and minimise the pit loss when you do take fuel on, if you can possibly avoid taking any fuel on, and just sort of fuel save your way through the race. I think that will be the quicker way to do it. Anyway, that's my thoughts for this one. This has again been a very, very quick strategy guide, and I do apologise that I'm not going into any more depth or indeed able to go through full race runs and talk about them that way. My work is pretty hectic at the moment, and I'm unable to put in the time that I sometimes can have or have done in the past to these guides. But anyway, hope there's been some useful information in there to help you strategise for this race, and thank you very much for watching. I shall see you on the next video, hopefully, which is going to be a daily race to see strategy guide for the upcoming Monday's race. So hopefully I'll see you for that one. Thanks very much for watching, and goodbye now.